Yes. Good evening, Phillies fans. Welcome back to the Fights Final here on the It's Rap Sports Network. Your boy Matty B on the call tonight, and yes, and a golden opportunity slip on by today out in Denver as the Phillies failed to capitalize on anything offensively. They fall today 4-1 to the Colorado Rockies. They took 2 out of 3 from them. That's positive, and that's what you kind of want to do. But when you're playing lesser opponents, now listen, the Phillies' first 40 games of this season is not what you would call playing the greats of MLB. They're playing one team in their first 40 games that made the playoffs last year. So pardon me if I want to get a little greedy about that. And just they're a lesser team. Let's face it. Their payroll's about $3 million. Ours is like $320 billion. It's a lesser team. But they failed today 4-1. And again, it's not wins or losses anymore, right? It's not. It's not like we're gonna be surprised by this team. Oh my God, it's great to see X, Y, and Z working out, or it was good pickup to bring in this guy. It's not about the wins and losses. It's about, and I hate to say it like this, man, it's about the style points. It's about how they're going about winning and losing. That's the problem when you're dealing with a team that forward, frontwards, backwards, in between, up, down, and sideways. When you know every possible gimmick this baseball team can throw at you on a daily basis. When you know everything there is to know about them baseball-wise. The frustrating part is not the winning and losing. It's the way they lose. It's the way they handle themselves on the field. It's their approaches at the plate. It's the way they play defense. It's this mind-numbingness about home runs, both on the offense and with the Phillies pitching staff. Taijuan Walker, who pitched pretty good, minus 3 home runs, which I guess means he sucked because he gave up 3 home runs. Yeah. And I'm as guilty as the next person. Hey, Taijuan Walker, aside for the 3 home runs he surrendered, he pitched a really good game. The hell does that mean? That's the Aaron Nola excuse. Besides all those home runs he gave up, he pitched pretty damn good. So 4-1, golden opportunity to sweepage the Rockies, gone to the wayside. And great to be back with you here on the Fights Final on a busy Sunday here on the It's Rap Sports Network. You saw me earlier. Oh, way earlier on the AM and PM show, or not AM, PM. What is it? AM Sports Show. And then a little bit later tonight, you won't see me, but Michael Lauer will be back as Flyers Bruins Clear the Ice will happen. And then we'll get right into next week. And here's a glance at next week's schedule on the network. Tomorrow, just Phillies and Giants, as we're going to head west. Go west, young man. Go wester. Go more west, young man, tomorrow. We're going to head out to San Francisco. And that's what we'll be coming at you sometime tomorrow, late tomorrow night, early Tuesday morning for the Fights Final. It'll be me on the call. So I'm going to be getting my West Coast legs sort of stretched tomorrow. And then everything else that's happening on the network this week. So please make sure you're hanging out, hanging in, hanging around with us. Elephant says the offense was embarrassing. Yeah, man, it was. Again, it's not about it really. And I don't know. I've never had to go this micro deep to a baseball team and start telling you that it's not about the wins and losses. It's about the way they're winning. Again, when have you heard this before? Please stop me if I'm wrong. They go out and they pop off 10 runs in the first game of the series, and then they go on and score a grand total of 3 runs the rest of the series. Where have you not heard this before? I know it happens all the time with this type of team. It happens all the time, and it's so tiresome and tiring and frustrating and boring. I want to be surprised by my baseball team, and maybe that's it. Maybe that's my major problem. I'm not surprised anymore. I can't sit down and watch a baseball game anymore involving this team and be like, whoa, wow, that came out of nowhere. Because I can tell you pitch 1 to the pitch end exactly how this is going to go. That's what's frustrating. That's what tells me there's no World Series in our immediate future. It's not about the wins and losses, man. It's about how they go about it. And again, a very same story from last year, the year before that. They go off for 13, 14, 15, 10 runs in the first game of the series, and then they score a grand total of 3 the rest of the way. Tell me where you have not heard that before. True. I don't know what that means. Moniak, of all people, crushed us today. Yeah, and he also tried to help us with his less than stellar play in right field again, getting the ball lost in the sun. Ruben Amaro talking up the flip down sunglasses. I got a pair of those. I used to wear them. Actually, you know what? No, I didn't. Because back when I played organized baseball, you weren't allowed to wear that stuff. You couldn't wear flip down sunglasses. You couldn't wear sunglasses. You could wear the eye black. And if you were on a team that had a progressive head coach, he let you wear batting gloves. So I do have a pair somewhere, laying around somewhere, of those flip down sunglasses. I don't know how they would do much better. I don't know. Yeah, hopefully he repeats that what he did last game. I have no idea what he's talking about. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Hey, Matty B. What's up, Bruce? How are you today? Matty B, I feel Walker is not good. Yeah, well, but I just went on a 10-minute rant about he pitched a good game today. If it hadn't been for all the home runs. No, he's not good. All right. And he's obviously the reason why we're using him in this situation is we have no other choice, which tells you a little bit. Wheeler's going to fight his way back at some point. But is Walker the best option we have in the minors right now, to throw out there as a starter? We're going to talk about a pitcher today on the Down on the Phillies Farm Report that, I think the Phillies envision him being this type of starting pitching for them, a spot starter, come up when somebody gets hurt or, you need to suck up some innings while someone's hurt. But obviously Walker's out there because of the $18 million, right? That Dombrowski wants to get the last bid he can out of that contract for whatever that's worth. But, he's not good. Walker is the worst contract signing we ever had. I don't know about all that. Worst contract signing ever in Philadelphia or on the Phillies? Because there's a lot worse contracts out there from Philadelphia. Sasaki looks like total bust. He gave up 6 runs to the Nationals. Do I think there's a chance the Phillies release Walker sometime this season? 0% chance. 0. $18 million. I think that does count against the cap if they do. I don't know if they can suck up another one of those type moves. Who's worse? I'll go with Walker on that one. But offensively, again, the same stuff. All right, let's take a look. I guess we could jump in. Let's just get it over with. Let's get into this thing. Phillies will finish today with 1 run, 6 hits, and an error. The Rockies 4 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. Offensive standouts for the Phillies today. I guess you got to go with Adios Garcia, responsible for the Phillies' only run. He also had a 2-hit day. And an RBI, no strikeouts, up that average of 294. So, yeah, I guess there's really kind of he sort of stands alone when you only get, 6 hits. And, yep, and he had 2 of them. So, Turner with a hit, Schwarber, no burger. So what was that? There's that vaunted middle of the lineup, the 2, 3, 4. Let's go. Let's do 2, 3, 4, 5. You ready for this? You ready for these Herculean numbers from this side of the lineup? 7, 11, 15. 2 through 5 in the order went a combined. Was it 1 for 15? 2 through 5 of the Phillies lineup went 1 for 15. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Bryson Stott continues the at-bat at the 9th inning. The at-bat at the 9th inning where Stott had him 3-0 tells you everything you want to know about Bryson Stott batting in the 5-hole. Right? I've been on Thompson for removing Stott for a pinch hitter for matchup purposes late in the game. And why would you do that to your 5-hole hitter? Today I was really hoping he would do it because that 3-0 count, and you desperately need runners on base. You desperately got to find a way to get people on bases, and Stott's up 3-0, and he ends up striking out. Just amazing. An amazing futile at bat by Bryson Stott, who's stealing money in the 5-hole. absolutely stealing money. And Thompson is once again being negligent in all that he does in the 5-hole. So just absolutely deplorable, right? I hate to use that word, but deplorable. I think Kel Marte is going to be replacing Stott at the deadline if Stott isn't more consistent. How are you? Give me your. I imagine it at the what? At the deadline. Okay. So give me what you would think. That's amazing. What do you think these players is going to magically appear here? I mean, what are you giving up to get Marte? Right? And why would you do? I don't. Everyone wants to think so grandiose about all this and. Put Stott where he belongs. A 222 hitter belongs batting about 7th or 8th in a lineup. Yeah, no, I'm going to run him out of 5. Absolutely nothing in the 5-hole. Nothing. I'll send Gage Wood, Arun Escobar plus Scott. It's not going to be enough. Not going to be enough. Maybe Escobar and Nori. It's not going to be enough. Gage Wood, Arun Escobar, and Stott, they're not going to take that. You throw Nori in there, yeah, maybe be enough. But are you ready to do that to your minor league system? That's a death roll to the minor leagues, right? You're taking away 3 prime top 30 prospects out of your system for one player. Assuming that Kel Marte, that's the struggles of the Phillies. They're one Kel Marte away. From winning a World Series. That's a hefty price tag to pay. Really is. That's a hefty price tag to pay. All right. For the Rockies, as I mentioned, 4 runs, 7 hits. Offensively for the Rockies, Mickey Moniak. What a way to get sort of revenge against his old team. He's not the only one who had a multiple hit day, but he definitely had the most impact with the 2 homers, the 2 RBIs. Drove in a lot of the runs, was a major part of their offense. Hunter Goodman, who was a catcher who I covet in a big way, was also 2 for 4 for the Rockies today. So they were your offensive standouts for Colorado in a boring baseball game. Really was. Pitching wise, Walker will go 0-2 now as he went 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, 3 home runs, 87 pitches in 5 innings. Mesa, Banks, and Backus all pitched pretty well. In relief appearances. Sagano went 6-4, 1 run, 5 strikeouts, a homer, 78 pitches, and he gets the win, his first major league win. Hill, Bernardina, and Vodnik all would come in. Vodnik would get credit for the save, his first. Moniak would get the scoring going for the Rockies in the first as they would put up 3 runs on Taijuan Walker right before you could even get settled into your seat. He would lead things off, well, not lead it off, but he hit a home run in the first inning. Then Rumfield would homer a couple batters later, scoring Hunter Goodman as well. The Rockies had that 3-0 lead, and that's really all they needed as the Phillies were only able to muster up 1 run, and that came in a second inning home run by Garcia. Moniak provides a little insurance in the 5th with his second home run of the day, and that is your scoring. Phillies today left 7 runners on base, or a pitiful 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. No steals, no attempted steals, no nothing. The Rockies were actually Marchand. Marchand and Walker both keeping the base runners at bay. Marchand picked off or caught Castro stealing, and then later on, Castro got picked off by Walker in a pickle. They had a old-fashioned pickle out there at the ball game. The Rockies will leave 4 on base. They were 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position, and that is how you get 4-1 Rockies. Phillies fall to 5-4 now in the season. They will take their show on the road out west. We're heading to San Francisco for some late night, early April baseball. Here is your Fightin's final schedule for that series. I will have you on Monday night or Tuesday morning, whatever comes first. Al will get you on Tuesday morning, or Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, whatever comes first. And I'll be back here some point early Wednesday evening to wrap up the series against the Giants. That is your Fightin's final schedule in a glance here for the next series. Pitching matchup for tomorrow night, looking like Andrew Painter against Adrian Hauser. Should be a really good pitcher's duel. Pitching matchups for the series. Let's take a look at those. If Painter's going tomorrow, that means Sanchez will go Tuesday. He'll be opposed by Robbie Ray by the Giants. And, of course, it's all tentative, I guess. And then on your series finale, Tyler Mahle will be opposed by Aaron Nola. So pretty good pitching matchups for this series against the Giants. Should be interesting to see. All right, let's take a look around. Actually, you know what? Let's go to our Broad Street bottom line. Let's talk about that. Let's infuse some positivity in this. All right, my Broad Street bottom line today, presented to you by the good folks at the It's a Wrap Sports Network, creators of such programming as Clear the Ice, a Flyers postgame show, coming at you in about probably half hour, 40 minutes, as soon as this Flyers Bruins games goes final. They are 1-1 now, early part of the third period in Philadelphia. Mike Lara will be there to bring you the call on this, so make sure you're back here a little bit later on. So my Broad Street bottom line, very simple and very, very, very to the point. We've lost the complete element of surprise from this baseball team. There's nothing unpredictable about this baseball team, and it sucks. It sucks. It sucks because I had to defend myself a little bit this morning, and I'm accused of being the glass half full guy. But why is that? Why am I the glass half full guy? Because I have eyes and I can see, and I've seen this over and over and over again. I've seen it too many times to stop thinking that it's not coincidental. This is what they are, and they lack any sort of unpredictability, and it's frustrating. Are they going to win a ton of games this year? Probably. Right? But you're going to be able to, again, I want you guys to do me a favor as we progress through this season. Take a night and don't watch a Phillies game. Just don't watch it. All I need you to do is take a look at the score at the end of the game and then try to mentally play the game in your head of how that score happened. I bet you more times than not, you're going to be very close to how the actual game happened, because that's what this team has become right now. A very predictable animal. You go off for 10 runs on Friday, and then you score a combined 3 runs for the rest of the series. That is a very common thing that's happened for this team under the current regime. So the whole 8-9 games in, getting concerned, ringing the bell, burning the boats, that's not what I'm talking about, because we're not 8-9 games in, we're about 500. And the lack of predictability, the lack of any kind of surprise from this baseball team, it sucks. I mean, it sucks, and it's boring, and it's disappointing, and it's not like it's late August or late September where we just to get a couple more weeks and we get to the postseason. No, man, we got the whole damn season left, literally minus 9 games, to watch this continuously clunk along and be the way it is. And even when they win, I can tell you how they won without even looking at one play from the game. Just show me a score. So the lack of predictability, the lack of creativity, the lack of urgency, the lack of anything from this team on especially on the offensive side, is what it is. It's not acceptable, but it is what it is. And that's what happened today, as the script had the Phillies losing today 4-1. So without surprise or without any unpredictability, we go on to game 10 of the season. And that is your Broad Street bottom line. Time to go round the bases on this Sunday afternoon. Yes, indeed. Here we go. Let's go with games that are still ongoing. It is 6-3 Washington over the Dodgers out there, up there in the nation's capital, in the bottom of the 7th. Going to the top of the 3rd, it is 3-1 Yankees over the Marlins, 3-1 Astros over the A's in the bottom of the 5th game out in San Francisco currently right now. It's 2-1 Giants over the Mets, as Phillies are looking to slide in there after the Mets leave. 4-2 Angels over the M's, or Mariners, sorry. I don't know if you people know who the M's are. The Mariners at the top of the fifth in the Big A. It is 3-3 in the bottom of the sixth. Braves, Diamondbacks. In the bottom of the fifth, it is 1-0 Cubs over the Guardians in Cleveland. Games that have gone final. It was that Cubs-Guardians game was game 2 of a doubleheader, by the way. Game 1 of the doubleheader was 1-0 Cubs over the Guardians. Pirates all over the Orioles 8-2. As Pirates are now 6-3. It was San Diego 8, Boston 6, 8-5, Milwaukee over Kansas City. It was 4-1 Tampa over the Minnesota Twins, 3-0 the White Sox over the Blue Jays, and 2-1 Reds over the Rangers. Tonight at 7 on the Peacock Network, or 7:20, you'll have your game of the week, the Cardinals and the Tigers, and that's the haps around Major League Baseball on this Sunday afternoon here in early April. So I hope you guys are enjoying all that greatness going on. Unpredictable would be sweeping the Giants in San Francisco. Not even that, man. That's not what I'm talking about. I don't know if you really understand what I'm trying to say. I think you do, but you're trying not to admit to it because you don't want to admit to it. Predictability or unpredictability is just by the way this team goes about it, right? Again, I challenge you and everybody. Don't watch a game one night and just look at the box score and then mentally play the game based on what you know about this team in your head. And I think you'll get pretty damn close to what actually happened. So not being unpredictable by going out and sweeping the Giants, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about how they play baseball. That's what I mean. There's no unpredictability about that. It's the same thing. And you know what's going to happen before it happens. And if you don't know, then you haven't been paying attention because this has been playing out over the last 4 years. That's what's frustrating about this team. Not the wins and losses or that. No, because they're going to win. They're going to win a lot more than they lose. I 100% agree. But it's the way they go about it. That's what's really dragging me down right now. So that's what I'm kind of meaning by the unpredictable versus predictable asset of all this. So, all right, it's Sunday. That means it's time. We get the honor here on the Fighting's Final to get back into my favorite segment. I love this segment. It's the Down on the Phillies Farm segment. Year 3, third year that we've done this. I'm adding a wrinkle to it this year, I think. I'm still going back and forth, but thinking about adding the DSL, the Dominican Summer League, to this stat. Again, I know that it would be fun to do it, but once again, I'm trying to sort of squeeze out a life, right? And building minor league graphics, as fun as it is, I don't know if I really want to get deeper into this, but we'll see. I got some time because the summer leagues and the FCL league doesn't start until the end of May, so got some time to think about that. But we are going to get it rolling here, and we're only going to be talking about the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs because everybody else just got started this weekend or on Thursday, Friday, whatever it was. So the only team that's got a couple games under their belt right now is Lehigh Valley. So we're just going to do the AAA team today, but next week it'll be everybody with the exception of the FCL Phillies. We won't be talking about them because they haven't started playing yet. So we get it started kind of like how it ends, right? Because these leagues close down at different intervals at the end of September, and the AAA was the last one to shut down. So it just makes sense that they were the last team we talked about really back in September by itself one weekend. So it makes sense to start it again with talking about the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. So let's hit it. Here we go. Our first installment of this week down on the Phillies Farm. Of course, the Pigs are now managed or continuously being managed by Anthony Contreras, your position player of the week. Robert Moore, second baseman, 3 games, 4 hits, 3 runs, a homer, 4 RBIs, and finished the week with a 308 batting average. Moore was acquired back from the Milwaukee Brewers a couple of years ago. He's a former 2022 4th-round pick, I believe, by the Brewers. And, I don't know necessarily as a second baseman, more as who he is. I don't really understand. I don't know really the meat and bones of what the Phillies expect to get from him. But it's good, honestly, especially in the situation that Lehigh Valley's in right now. I talked about it this morning. Some of the big players that we're expecting to see big things from down at AAA this year are not currently available, i.e. Merconis Jr., i.e. Aiden Miller. They're hurt. And this is an opportunity for players like Robert Moore to get a little extended playing time. Not that he's going to be battling Aiden Miller for time at second base, but It's a good opportunity to get a little extra time with some people banged up and to try to take some advantage of it. So Moore did it with just 3 games this week, and he had 4 hits, 3 runs, homer, or 4 RBIs, and a 308 batting average. Your pitcher of the week is that pitcher I talked about that, probably would be the replacement for Taijuan Walker right now, Alain Rangel. 2 games this week, a win. He pitched 10.2 innings, gave up 6 hits, struck out 10, gave up just 1 earned run this week, 6 walks, and finished the week with a 0.84 ERA. We know him real well. He's been up and down a few times over the last year or so. I don't know if the Phillies envision him as a starter going forward. I think he's more of a bullpen option, but he could fit into that spot starter mold right now. And how much longer do we deal with Taijuan Walker in the rotation? Depends, obviously, on Zach Wheeler. Depends on his progression and Wheeler looked terrible the other night. He gave up like 5 runs in 3 innings for Lehigh Valley. So I don't know. I don't know at what point do you look at maybe making a move there? I don't know. It's an interesting situation to be in, but he's one of these players that the Phillies look at for an opportunity, as a spot starter. But I don't know if going forward he fits into any of the Phillies starting pitching plans. For the week, the Pigs were 6-2. Now overall for the season, they are also 6-2 as well. So honorable mention does go to Brian De La Cruz and Garrett Stubbs this week. Between the two of them, they played in 8 games, had 9 hits, 10 runs, 5 homers, 12 RBIs, and collectively finished with a 440 batting average. Stubbs made his season debut on Friday night and got it off to a grand fashion with a 3-run homer. De La Cruz has been a constant bat down there since the season began. Are these options? I'm not. Let's not talk about Garrett Stubbs as being an option, but Brian De La Cruz is he an option? If we need to make a move on the bench, we need to get a better bat coming off that bench, a better platoon option out in left field. Is he potentially an option to get called up? The former major leaguer and Brian De La Cruz. So Stubbs and De La Cruz not necessarily on the old prospect board, but definitely they deserve a little shout out, a little recognition for their achievements this week. Again, collectively 8 games, 9 hits, 10 runs, 5 homers, 12 RBIs, and finished collectively with a 440 batting average. And that's it, man. That is your inaugural Down on the Phillies Farm Report in 2026. Robert Moore and Alain Rangel, your position player and pitchers of the week, respectively, to start off the season. So we're off and running, and that means next week we'll get into the full hot there with the rest of them, with the rest of the team. So we can definitely do what we got. It's good to be back. Arizona laid out the blueprint, most certainly did. Happy Easter. Happy Easter, Papernick. Well, I do believe that Taijuan Walker will be better off in the bullpen once Wheeler is back. If he keeps giving up home runs, no. Is there any concern about Wheels last? Yeah, we're just actually talking about it, man. I don't know. Don't know. 5 runs, 3 innings in AAA to the Toledo. Durham Bulls. I'm still stuck on Toledo. Durham Bulls. I don't know. I don't know if there's concern there. Or if it's just I haven't pitched in a long time and I'm working my way back, man. And I don't know what he's trying out. I don't know what's the focus for him on the mound? Is he being limited to just certain pitches to throw? Is he just supposed to work the fastball? Is he supposed to a lot of his stuff has been flat, and I don't know if that's purposefully, if it's just fastballs. I have not seen him really incorporate all of his stuff. Are they telling him just throw this, to build back some sort of, strength? I don't know. But even 5-run, 3-inning to the Durham Bulls, Zach Wheeler is probably better than Taijuan Walker. That might be where we're at, but I don't know. De La Cruz should be on the team over Dylan Moore. I don't know. I don't know why. Then why isn't he? But it doesn't mean he won't be. As I said, if they get tired of the Otto Kemp situation, obviously Otto Kemp and Dylan Moore, they both can't be on this team at the same time. They'd have to make a move with one of them. We'll see. We'll definitely see. All right. So there you go. Phillies lose 4-1 today. Drop the series finale. Waste an opportunity to sweep. And a predictable Phillies loss. score 10 runs in the first game of a series and then go ahead and score 3 runs the rest of the way, and predictability within the actual game itself. So the wheel rolls on here for the Philadelphia Phillies under Rob Thompson and with this core of players. Next stop is San Francisco tomorrow night. Andrew Painter, what did I say? Who's pitching? Against Adrian Hauser. So Painter and Hauser tomorrow to kick it off. 9:45 start time local. I will be here early Tuesday morning around 1 a.m. for the Fightins final, and then Al on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, and I'll be back Wednesday evening as we'll wrap that series up. Make sure you're staying. Oh, that's the wrong one. Make sure you're staying tuned because right after the next 9 minutes, barring overtime, Mike Laro will be here and giving you the Clear the Ice Boston Bruins show. So make sure you're here. It's going to wrap me up for the night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. No final word tonight. So we'll be back tomorrow night early or late, depending on, again, what side of the coin you're coming from. Till we talk again, you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Happy Easter, by the way, everybody. Happy Easter. I don't think I've said that enough this weekend. So happy Easter to one and all. I hope you got hope the Easter rabbit, or is it the bunny? Is it politically incorrect to call him the Easter rabbit? I mean, I don't know. And the Easter rabbit brought you everything you wanted and made all your dreams come true. He brought me what I wanted. I'm home alone for the week. So glory be to me. It is a happy Easter. It's a happy Easter. Hope she's not watching. All right. Listen, guys, you take care of yourself. Have a good weekend. Have a good rest of your weekend. Have a good start to your work week. I'm off this week. I'm off. I'm going to probably not see the sunlight as I'm sitting in a dark house for the last 2 days, and I'm loving every minute of it. But, enjoy the beginning of your work week or whatever it is you're about to do tomorrow. And I'll talk to you tomorrow night. Stay tuned for the Clear the Ice with Mike Laro here on the It's a Wrap Sports Network.